Hi, my name is Lateesha, and I just wanted to come on and make a quick video talking about the Ancestor Altar. Yesterday, I uploaded a video where I'm talking about the honoring of our ancestors and the importance of that. So today, I just wanted to talk a little bit about what it is. So much information is on YouTube about this topic, and S. I. Lee Myers, if you check out his YouTube channel, he has so much information to share. He's so brilliant, and it was his information that I drew from, along with others that I drew from, that inspired me to set up my own ancestor altar. Now, for a while, I had the information. So I had the information probably maybe 2 years before I actually took the leap to actually come into this particular practice. And I have only been practicing the Ancestor Altar since last November. And right now it is April. So not that long. But I will tell you that I was drawn to set up the Ancestor Altar because I moved 12 states away from my family of origin, and I was so lonely, and I was so sad, and I felt so as if nobody understood me at the time that I set it up. And so I went to work, and I just made sure that I had the elements that were available, and it was inexpensive to set up. And I have it right here behind me, and you can see little glimpses of it. I'm not going to show the Ancestor Altar, just out of respect for my ancestors in this beautiful private practice that I have. But I want to inspire someone else. If you are interested in this, I just want to explain just the quick basics of it. So the Ancestor Altar, the purpose of it is to give energy, your intentions with your mind and your heart, also particular objects to your ancestor that it has been disembodied. So they have left the physical realm, but their spirit is still on the earth plane. And as their spirit is still on operating in this earth realm, they need energy. They need energy, and so everything has an energy. Everything is vibrating to a particular energy, whether it be a rock, whether it's carpet, whether it's these curtains that are behind me. There is a vibration that has been scientifically proven that they have. And so with that, you place things on the Ancestor Altar to give energy to your loved one. That are disembodied, and in turn they have strength from the items that you are offering to them to be able to support you, to be able to help you, to be able to speak to you and give you wisdom and help with healing, even healing your body, healing you emotionally, speaking to you in dreams, giving you insight about things, letting you know beforehand things that are going to pop off, or letting you know in advance avenues and doors to take, warning you about different things. And so they are truly being in contact with your ancestors, your blood, who loves you. They love you. They don't want to scare you. As I was saying yesterday in the video, we have been programmed to think that anything in the spirit realm is evil. Everything in the spirit realm is evil. It's the devil and so forth. But what's so interesting is that I talk to people who are Bible believing and committed and born again Christians, but yet they are quick to say, I had a dream. My mama came to me in a dream and she talked to me, and I saw my brother in a dream, and so forth and so on. But yet, this is something that is seen as evil. But yet, the born again Christian. So again, just like with most of it, there is this a disconnect. because it is a part of our heritage for our ancestors to communicate with us because they love us. They've been in this earth body, as Ali Meyer says. They've been in this body. They know what it's like to be in the earth realm. They understand the struggles and the pain, and so they want to help. They want to help you. Your ancestors want to help you. So very quickly, I have some simple things that I have set up on my ancestor altar. So with everything that has to do with the spirit realm, we want to make sure that we bring in the 4 elements. So the 4 elements are air, which you can use incense to represent air. For earth, you can use herbs, and you can use herbs on the altar. And S. Ali Myers advised that he had heard from his mentor and teacher, I think it's Dr. Gibson, I think is his teacher, that advised that we not use crystals because crystals draw in energy. And so we don't want anything that would take the energy from our ancestors. And that makes a lot of sense because crystals vibrate such a powerful energy. And they're very strong. So I don't use crystals on my ancestor altar for that reason. But I use herbs, any kind of herbs that I'm drawn to. Right now, I have Irish moss on the altar. I have a bay leaf there. Sometimes I may use a tea, like the ground up tea. I may use that. I put a glass of water there, and for spirit. So we have earth, we have air, we have water that represents spirit. And so spirit, disembodied spirits are drawn to the water, and then fire. And so I have the candle there for the fire. So those are the 4 elements. And then of course spirit is the 5th element, and that is just the spirit that is drawn to the 4 elements that we have. And so with that, I will say, and then I also put, because my family has a Christian background, I know there are many lovers of scripture in my family. I was led to put a Bible on the altar. I have some scriptures. I'll read scriptures to my ancestors that mostly from the book of Psalms or Proverbs. I'll read that to them, and I will sing different songs to them. Sometimes I have roses that are on the altar now, and I use the food that I put on the altar. I just use I have some cashews there because in the Boston area where I am, I'm in the North Shore now in Salem area, but in this area, there are a lot of rodents that can come in. So I cannot have food that is fragrant, that has any kind of aroma to it, because I don't want anything crawling around me. So I just have like the cashews. And then sometimes I may have like a tea or coffee. I have ancestors that love cigarettes, so I bought a pack of cigarettes. Now I don't smoke, but I bought a pack of cigarettes, so I'll put the cigarette on the altar. And so that'll be something that will draw my ancestors, to let them know that they are loved, they are welcome. I have a bell on the altar that I ring it to say, come. Come, let's talk, let's chat, come and draw from the energy of this love that I have placed here on this ancestor altar for you. And I have pictures, of course. I have pictures of some of my loved ones in a frame. And then I also have a frame, and I have written it on, I had lined paper, and I wrote all of the names of the ancestors that I could think of that have passed away. And then I wrote for all of my, also including my known and unknown ancestors that are part of my bloodline. And of course, I've always felt that Frederick Douglass is a part of my bloodline. I have no proof of that, but I have always felt that way for over 10 years now. So I write his name on there, and I believe that he gives me lots of wisdom and knowledge. I also have a picture of the goddess Oye there, because for many, many years, this goddess is a part of the Orisha. and from the Yoruba land in Africa, has been a part of my life. You know, I've always connected with her. I always felt that she was giving me wisdom, fighting with me, helping me overcome things. And she's a very powerful warrior goddess. So I always connect with her. So I have a picture of her there. Now, S.I. Lee Myers, he advised that, you know, if you have a goddess, you have it above the pictures of your ancestors. But I don't do that because, you know, I talked to her. I always have, before I ever even had an ancestor altar, ever even really knew what it was. I would talk to Oye right along with my ancestors. You know, I would always felt my grandfather, my great grandfather on my dad's side. I always, from little, felt like he was with me and guiding me. I would always feel his energy, his spirit with me. And so, you know, I would talk to him, you know, in hard times, and my grandmother who raised me, and Oye. If I didn't talk to anybody else, you know, I would talk to those. So I have her right there. Plus, you know, it is believed that the Orisha were people who were here and they passed away. And because of the life that they lived, they ascended to this great status. So that's how I do that. And it's very simple and I love it. And with me doing that, during that darkest time of my uh, um, period here in Massachusetts, it gave me so much strength. I cannot explain to you the level of love and support that I felt. Like, it took me from the lowest place. It took me from feeling lonely and abandoned to feeling loved, to feeling like I was coming into family. And of course now, you know, I have created some other friendships, which is wonderful, but I cannot ignore how my ancestors, I was about to say ancestral heritage, but how my ancestors rallied around me in the darkest time of my life. And I know that they've protected me from so many things and opened so many doors and provided financial blessings for me. S.I. Lee Myers also has on his shop, he sells ancestor money. So I do have a cast iron skillet that I bought specifically for this spiritual work, where I take the ancestor money and burn that. I don't do it every day. I don't do it all the time, but just whenever I feel led to offer the ancestor money, then I do. I do not ascribe or subscribe to anything that is like hardcore regimented. You got to do this every day, because then that falls into this line of or this thought of religion. I like for things to be free flowing, and I do it when I feel called to do it at a specific time, feel led, you know, by the ancestors, saying, you know, we have a need, you know, almost like put some money on my books, as I've heard people describe it. So I just wanted to share that with you very quickly. I hope that it helps somebody out there who is interested in the Ancestor Altar, something that you are considering. I know that it has been really a blessing for me in my life, brought me so much peace and so much help. And if you are inclined to do it, I think you should go for it. All right. I'm Lateesha, and thank you for listening. Have a good evening or good day.